What you got?
A commemorative plaque of Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, pretty cool. This was the largest sculpture ever done in the world, as far as I know, up to this point.
Nobody could build anything like that now because of regulations and tree huggers.
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my Mount Rushmore commemorative plaque. I'm looking to sell it to help out my brother. I'm looking to get $1,000. The least that I'll take for it, maybe $900.
Where did you get this thing?
Actually, I inherited this.
Mount Rushmore by Lincoln Borglum. All right, do you know anything about it?
Gustav Borglum was the guy that actually carved out the 4 presidents at Mount Rushmore. The son, Lincoln Borglum, you know, his father died, so he finished Mount Rushmore in October 1941.
So this was done by his son?
Yes, Lincoln Borglum did this one. It was a tribute to his father.
Okay. Most people don't realize Mount Rushmore wasn't publicly financed. So he got donations for it.
Yeah.
It was an amazing project. I know the noses are like 20 feet long. They did some really interesting techniques to do it. There was blasting, there was jackhammers. He picked Washington, the founder of the country.
Right.
Jefferson, the founder of the laws of our country.
Okay.
Lincoln started equality.
Right.
Roosevelt, that was basically who made us a world power. This is one of the greatest landmarks in the United States. It took hundreds of men, thousands of pounds of dynamite, and took 14 years to complete. This right here says this is pure silver?
Yes, it's 30.8 ounces.
Stamp 999 silver right there. So
correct.
There's close to $1,000 worth of silver here. And
Yeah, I can melt it.
No, don't melt it.
You'll never lose buying precious metals. That's why we call this place the gold and silver, not the copper and lead. Actually, copper's over $3 a pound, so I'd probably take that too. What are you trying to do with it?
Trying to sell it.
How much you looking to get out of it, sir?
Well, and I was looking to get $1,000 on it.
800 would be better.
It's more than $800 worth of silver in it.
I know.
you're right in the ballpark. Can I give you 900 bucks?
How about $950?
$950 we can do. People will pay good money for a collectible like this. And even if it doesn't sell, the value of the silver is worth more than I paid anyway. So I feel pretty good. You sorting scrap?
Yep.
One of the things my dad loves to do around here is sort through the silver. He wants to figure out what gets scrapped, what gets sold in the showcase. Then this definitely should not be here.
Why not?
Because I could sell it for more than the scrap. I don't know why you want to scrap all the silver. It's just weird to scrap it to begin with, all right?
The way I see it, we'd scrap it and profit automatically. The only thing my idiot son does automatically is lose hair. It's silver, son.
You can't scrap George Washington.
Why not?
Because you can't. It's wrong.
So what do we got here?
Oh, this is my antique chest.
Did you get it off a pirate ship or something?
I wish. I'm coming in the pawn shop today to try to sell my antique chest. I'm looking to sell this chest because we're redecorating and it doesn't match anything. I paid $2,000 for it and I'm hoping to at least get maybe double my money.
So do you know anything about it?
Not really.
To me, it looks like it came from a ship or a stagecoach. I think this is what they called a bullion chest, where they transported gold and silver. They were extremely heavy, so people couldn't run off with them, and they were locked very well where people couldn't break into them.
Okay. I can tell it's old. It's hand wrought iron. It's hand-hammered rivets. I mean, and the rivets are wrought iron. They're not steel.
The moment I saw this chest, I started drooling. I've never seen anything like it. It is super unique.
Was there anything inside it?
Haven't been able to open it.
Have you had a locksmith look at it? Because you got a key right here.
Yeah, I had a couple try to open it, but nobody was successful.
Did you try and shoot it open?
No comment.
I mean, because it's got a little hole here and a big hole in the back of it.
I'll be honest with you, I'm intrigued. I want to know what's inside that damn chest.
I mean, yeah, especially if you paid that much money, you wouldn't want to put a crowbar on it.
No way.
I'd really like to know what's in it before I made you an offer.
To be honest, I'd like to know what's in it before I sell it.
Before we negotiate, we have to know what's inside. Because if there's an important coin or document, it could make it worth a lot more money.
I have one guy I think can get into this. Let's give him a call. Let's see if I can get him up here, and
We'll go from there.
We'll go from there. That's all I can tell you.
Sounds fine to me.
I've been in this business for many years, but I don't think I've ever had anything come in here that could be as valuable as this chest. But it depends on what's inside.
Oh man, this is the chest.
Yeah, this is it, man.
I'm an expert in antique arms and armor, and I've been collecting since I was 10, and I've been dealing professionally for over 20 years. So what are your concerns?
Yeah, I just need to get it open, and you can tell me how old it is and what it's worth, and maybe we can make a deal. We're baffled.
We're in the fog right now.
Normally when someone brings in an object, we know what they have. In this case, we have no idea because we don't know what's inside the chest. And none of us want to start throwing out numbers until we know.
It definitely predates the 20th century. This is not even 18th century. This would be early 17th century, even the late 16th century. This was the typical form for the strong boxes. And because they didn't have a banking system back then, this is a real treasure chest. This escutcheon plate on the front was to deter a would-be thief to try to break into this, but this was false, completely false, just as a kind of a fooling technique. And I can also tell just by the patina that this wasn't a recent bullet hole, okay? It may not have been from the 17th century or the 16th century, but it's definitely, you know, a musket ball hole.
Not only is this thing real, but the hole was made by a musket ball, and that's the kind of thing collectors dream about.
You know, your mind kind of goes crazy wondering how that got there. You know, was there a guy that was trying to break into this thing? Did he pull out his flintlock pistol and shoot it out of frustration? You know, were they traveling with this treasure chest and maybe being chased by highwaymen? I don't know, but I mean, the mystery is there.
So you think you can open it?
Well, now granted that this is a working key, and I'm hoping that it is, chances are I'm going to be able to get it open. But there's only one way to find out.
I really hope Sean can open it, because the rest of the negotiation really depends on what this chest contains.
This key is going to operate a very intricate mechanism that's contained within the lid of this chest. Now, I'm not going through the front. This is the brilliant part, and how they made this and came up with this idea back then is just mind-boggling. This is actually where the key goes. And this is a little hidden by a spring. The key would go into the top, okay? Now this may or may not work because you need a lot of strength to open these things. Okay, lift up.
It's empty.
Yeah. No, like pirate scrolls or anything.
Well, not what I was hoping for. A little disappointing.
I know everybody was let down, you know, once we opened this thing and there was nothing in it. But you know, the chest itself still is very, very valuable. It's very rare. And the fact that this is in wonderful condition, hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been restored, it's still a very valuable item. Well, if you can see the mechanics of this, one key turns and moves all these locking bolts that lock it underneath this lip. The technology in this box was so far ahead of its time. The designer had one key motion to affect 8 bolts. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Watch your fingers.
So how much is this thing worth? 50, 60 bucks?
It would be worth. There's not a lot of these out there. You know, how many still exist? I don't know. In an auction setting, anywhere from, say, 7,000 to 12,000 is conservative. And the fact that it's got a bullet hole in it, you know, that kind of adds to the flavor. Realistic street value, I would say anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 is realistic.
Well, thanks for coming in, Sean.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Hell, I'm tired of pussyfooting around with this chest. It's time to negotiate. Okay, what do you want for it?
I understand that could get as much as 7, maybe 5 or 6, and we can negotiate that?
I'd give you like $4 grand for it.
4,000 cash go a long way, my friend.
I don't disagree with that, and I really don't want to bring that back home.
Well, if you don't want to bring it back home, I'll give you 3,000.
I'll bring it back home for 3.
I refuse to go higher than $4,000. The street value on this thing is $5,000, and that doesn't leave a lot of room for profit. Like I said, I just really want it. I just want to cut to the chase, and that's what I can give you for it.
If 4,000's a firm offer?
Firm offer.
All right, we have a deal.
All right, let's go up here. We got to do some paperwork. Honestly, I'm really happy with the deal. The chest is amazing, and I got it for a really good price. Now, I just got to go put some gold in it. Hey, what can I help you with?
Howdy.
What do we have here?
Maps and battle plans of the Battle of Iwo Jima.
Well, these aren't top secret anymore, are they?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either.
Decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my maps and battle plans of the Battle of Iwo Jima. It's one of the most well-known battles of World War II in the Pacific. The raising of the flag on Mount Suribachi. That's one of the most famous pictures of World War II there is.
So how did you get these?
They were my dad's. He was a landing craft operator, took the Marines on the beach. His name is on the papers itself. These were his papers.
W.D. Coxwell?
No, W.D. Fields, coxswain.
What's a coxswain?
Coxswain was the steerer of the boat. He was in charge of the boat.
My dad actually carried these maps into the battle itself. They were briefed on this beforehand. They were all top secret. No one knew of exactly what was going on until the actual battle itself. All these maps show the different depths of tides, certain times of the day, what was in each certain section of the beach.
Iwo Jima is only 650 miles from Tokyo. Capturing that island meant that we could reach their largest city, and this was the key to victory. They put thousands and thousands of people on this beach in a matter of hours, son.
And it was one of the biggest battles in the Pacific.
This is the view the Marines had as they made their way onto the beach. This guy's dad knew this map by heart, but when he saw that beach for the first time, he must have been terrified. You really, really got me here. What did you want to do with it?
Oh, my daughter's getting married. I'd like to sell it.
I mean, it's really, really unique. I mean, it really tells a story about what went on that day, which a lot of people would really be interested in. The only thing I can think of right now is I have a friend. He's a curator at Clark County Museums here.
Okay.
Let's have him take a look at him. He can sort of give me an idea of the rarity, or I can come up with a value.
Yeah, well.
Go from there?
Yeah, we got to go from there.
Okay. All right, cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
What's going on, Mark?
Hey, old man, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while.
Oh, I'm all right.
I'm the administrator of the Clark County Museum System. I am passionate about the role and value of museums and the role of artifacts and how we can use that to learn about history. These are interesting. These are very nice. So how did you come up with these?
My dad was a landing craft operator.
So he was at Iwo Jima?
Yes, he was.
Well, I doubt whether he met my dad, but my dad was there as well.
They could have waved at one time.
They could have, indeed. The Battle of Iwo Jima began in February of 1945. The idea was to take the island and use it as a base for bombers as part of the strategic bombing campaign over Japan. What's interesting about them is, if you notice, the date on them is the 4th of July, 1944. The invasion wasn't until February of 1945. So these are much earlier. And they talk about it coming from aerial photography, from aerial photographs. They thought that the invasion would be relatively easy. It didn't turn out to be an easy one, unfortunately. One of the oddities with Iwo Jima is that it's volcanic sand there, and it turned out that volcanic sand made very good concrete, which was not a good thing for our side because the amount of fortifications that were built into it, the tunnels and all of that, it was very difficult to get into. It was going to be a bloodbath no matter what we did. The Japanese knew that we were coming. They knew that Iwo Jima was a logical place for us to next invade. That's why they spent the amount of money and the amount of manpower to fortify the island to the extent that they did.
So these were actually used in the field?
Yeah, he would have needed to have this to know, okay, if you're going in on Blue 1, this is what you need to be aware of at the beach that you're going into. The interesting thing is where it says Hot Rocks, that's what they called Mount Suribachi on the plans. So that's correct on these. To me, documents like this bring alive the battle. The bullets are flying, the machine guns are going, the mortars are going, the bombs are going. All of this is going on, and he's got this thing in his pocket. And you see it, and it just makes it real. 40,000 men were killed or injured. And when you think about that, 40,000 men fighting and dying for this chunk of land out in the middle of the ocean. As late as 1951, the last 2 Japanese in the tunnels on Iwo Jima surrendered. It's 1951. They were still hiding out in the tunnels there. So these speak very directly to the battle. It's a wonderful piece.
Mark, have you got any idea what the value is?
Well, you know I'm not going to give you a price on it.
I know that, but how rare are they?
My guess is that these are extremely rare. I don't think you're going to find another one in your lifetime. You know, you should be really proud of what your dad did as well.
Very much so, yeah.
This speaks directly to what his experience was in World War II. Thank you for bringing him by.
Thank you. I'm very pleased.
Not a problem. Rick,
All right.
good to see you again.
Thanks again, Mark.
Thank you, old man. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
This was great. I learned a lot about these documents, and I feel confident about making an offer now. I just hope we can make a deal, as I'd love to have these. All right. Now we got a better idea. What do you want for it? That's the problem. You know, when you don't have something to compare it to, it's really hard coming up with a price.
After talking with Mark, I got pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different stuff.
Like I said, I'm just trying to generate some money for my daughter's wedding. Make me an offer.
Okay.
$1. The problem you have with a one-of-a-kind item like this, you don't know what it's worth. It could be peanuts, or it could be the whole peanut farm.
I can't come up with a clue of what this stuff is worth, and I'm just taking a real shot in the dark here. I'll give you $2 grand for the stuff. I mean, that is a complete shot in the dark.
Way back in my head, I had a little number, like 35.
No. But it's not my number.
27.
It's a big pig in a poke. You know that.
I'll go 22 on it.
How about 24?
2,300.
Done.
23, it's a deal.
I'm really happy the way this turned out for everyone. He got some good money for his daughter's wedding. We got a piece of American history, and I can't wait to tell some of my veteran buddies about it.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.
This is it. What do you think?
Well, it's definitely different.
What in the hell is this thing?
It's an Electra King, mid-60s little electric car.
This looks like something Mr. Potato Head would drive.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell my little electric car. I did some work for a guy, and he gave it to me as partial payment. I'm hoping to get around $3,500. I guess I'd take 15. I know they got to make money, too.
So how fast is it?
25, 30. It'll keep up with a moped.
It's an Electra King?
Yeah.
So that would make it late 60s, early 70s. It was designed to be a cheap commuter car. It was pretty much maintenance-free.
Rick, this thing can make a hell of a golf cart.
Really couldn't be a golf cart because there's no place to put your clubs.
Put some racks on the back.
That's my old man. He loves just about any old car, even if it's an electric one from the 60s that no one's heard of. So how does this thing drive?
Can I show you?
Sure.
Turn the key on. Here's your forward and reverse toggle switch. And then you push this forward for forward. Pull back for stop.
This thing would be like a beer can in a collision.
Sure you guys don't want to go for a ride?
No, I don't think the three of us would fit in it.
No. You don't know what you're missing.
That's got to be the most unnatural thing I've ever seen.
It does take some getting used to.
This car can't decide if it's a golf cart, a bumper car, or the world's oldest Prius. It's weird, but I like it. So how much you want for this thing?
I'm thinking around 35.
Dollars?
Nah, 100.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's something I can do with it. I don't think people collect these things.
Well, you never seen one.
I've never seen a petrified dinosaur turd, but I don't think there's a market for one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't mean to beat you up, but I'll give you $500 for the thing.
$500?
I mean, I got to figure out something to do with it. This is not going to be an easy sell.
Oh, come on. How about 1,500 bucks?
I mean, I'll go 600 bucks, and I don't even know why I'm doing it. I still don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it.
That's the best you can do?
That's it.
That's it.
I guess 6 it is.
6 is the deal, man. Let's go write it up.
The reason I settled for 600 is it's been taking up space in my building for too long. I'd have been happier with 15.
Whoopee! Dad, what in the hell are you doing?
Hey, this is pretty cool. Whee! What do we have here?
We got some vintage Mickey Mouse phones that I've been collecting over the years. My girlfriend's moving in, so we needed to clear some room for her shoes. So I got a lot of Mickey Mouse stuff in general. I got cookie jars, bed sheets, skateboards.
And you got a girlfriend?
I decided to come down to the pawn shop today and sell my vintage collectible Mickey Mouse phones. Some have the rotary, so you just spin it. You don't see that anymore, especially that Mickey Mouse. I believe this one is probably the oldest out of the collection here. It's got to be around the 70s, probably late 60s. Of course, this is like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Do they all work?
They should.
So you didn't try them?
I didn't want to, you know, waste them up by plugging them in. They're collector items.
Mickey Mouse is the king of all cartoon characters. There's buku collectors out there on these.
What's buku?
A lot.
Yeah, I know Mickey Mouse is a really big character. I've been collecting them for years.
Are you in the Mickey Mouse Club?
With all these phones, I should be, but unfortunately not.
Oh.
There's no shortage of Disney collectors, and these phones are cute. They'd be an easy sell for us, but we got to buy them cheap. It's simple as that. So what you wanting to do, son? You want to sell them, pawn them?
Yeah, I think it's time to sell them.
Have you got a figure in mind of what you want?
Yeah. I was thinking that with these two rotary runs right here, I could probably get 100 apiece. And the two in the middle right here, they're a little bit later, probably 75, and then 50 for this guy right here. Maybe 350, 375 for all of them.
I was thinking a little lower. I'm looking at about 250 for the lot, son.
Because I was thinking this one by itself should be 100, and these two should at least be over 50.
You figure it any way you want to, but 250 is where I want to be on these.
You know, these are collector items.
Well, you got to understand, son, I'm not a collector. Whatever I buy, I have to resell. I have to have a margin in there where I can make some.
I would say at least 300.
We can go to 275, but I'm not going over that.
Well, I guess it beats 250.
All right, you got a deal. Chumley, write him up.
Meet you up there.
Hello. Hello. Damn it. Hello. Damn it. Get these damn phones off my desk. Oh, my God.
Awesome.
What in the hell you got here, son?
I've got 2 dummies that I'm dying to sell.
I got enough of them working for me.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my 2 beautiful Western dummies. I had them for years, but I need the money right now. Business is slow, times are rough.
And where in the world did you get these?
Well, I used to do Western shows, you know, and parties and different things, and I decorate with them. Used to sit them on barrels and cactus and stuff like that. They're all hand-painted. The manufacturer has a series of about 144 different heads. You choose your head, you choose the mustache, you choose the look, and they put them together the way you need them.
Well, they're really interesting, and they are cuter than hell. These dummies are used in museums, restaurants, amusement parks. They look good, and they could be worth a lot of money. But there's not too many people coming in looking to buy them.
All the joints work. You can place them any way different, you know, fold their arms, you know. The head turns, you know, 180 degrees. People think they're real. Sometimes if I'm going to a really bad neighborhood, I'll put one in the car and no one will mess with the car. You know, they'll think there's somebody in it.
Do you ever use them in the carpool lane?
No, but that's a great idea.
I want these dummies, and I think they'll look good in the shop. And that's about all there is to it. If the price is right, we can make a deal. It's just simple as that. How much you want for them, guy? What you trying to do?
Well, I paid about $1,000 for each one of them.
Well, that's not my problem. If you want it, I'll give you $500 for the pair.
That's a little bit lower than I had in mind. I was hoping I can get $350 a piece.
I'm not going to go no higher. I mean...
All right, I need a moment, maybe just to think about it.
Okay, no problem.
All right. I'm going to take the offer.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really had to think about the $500 offer. I paid way more than that. But after thinking about it, I decided to take the offer. I just need the room. I need the money. Although it feels like I'm giving up, you know, really good friends.
Chumley.
What's up, Rick?
Chumley buying stupid stuff again.
What?
How long have you worked here?
7 years.
Well, congratulations. You just bought the stupidest thing you've bought in 7 years. Just tell me how much you paid for them.
I didn't buy nothing.
What are you talking about?
The dummies in the back.
I bought the dummies.
You gotta be kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
How much did you pay for them?
$500 for the pair, but I had nothing to do with it.
You paid $500 for them?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah, because I like them.
Dad, this is not a toy store, it's a pawn shop.
I've been doing this a lot longer than you have, son. Ed and George gives an ambulance to the store.
Ambulance?
Aviance.
And who is Ed and George? Did you name them?
Yes, I did, Ed and George.
Dad, I'm remodeling the store. I'm trying to make it look nicer, okay?
And it does, and they help. So, you just cool it. What the hell are you two looking at? How about going to do something for God and country? Go to work.
You want me to go throw away Ed and George?
You throw Ed and George away, it comes out of your damn pay.